When you set up a task for Fin to follow, there's a good chance you'll need Fin to access customer data from an external system, like Shopify, Stripe, or a back-end system of your own. And that's where data connectors come in. Data connectors let Fin talk to external systems to retrieve or update data, like order details or account information. Fin can use data connectors to generate personalized answers, for example, giving a delivery estimate, even without having to set up a task. But if you want Fin to update data or follow additional step-by-step instructions, you can use data connectors as part of a more complex task. Under Train and Tasks, you'll find a button to manage your data connectors. For some apps, if you have them installed, there'll be a corresponding data connector template like this Shopify one here. If we enable this, Fin can handle customer questions about their Shopify orders. Let's hit Customize and take a look at the settings, already populated here by the template. A clear title and description help you find and reuse your data connector in future tasks, and this is especially important if you want Fin to trigger it independently of a task. Aim for 3 to 5 sentences explaining when Fin should use this connector and when it shouldn't. This template, though, already includes a pretty good example of a title and description. Here, you can set whether Fin is allowed to use this connector on its own without needing to be triggered by a task. In this case, it's fine for Fin to use it to answer a simple question like "Where's my order?" and provide an estimated delivery day. But if it's a data connector that you only want to be used during a task, then you can turn this off. You can also customize which customers Fin can use this data connector for, using audience rules here. But if it's part of a task, Fin will automatically target the same audience as that task. And here's a reminder to set up identity verification so you know your logged in users are who they say they are. This is required for data connectors, but it won't affect the customer experience. It happens in the background. Enforcing email verification is optional, but adds an extra layer of protection. But just keep in mind that the customer will need to verify an email before Fin can access their data. So whether you enable that depends on your policies and the sensitivity of the data in question. Next, you can decide whether Fin should collect any inputs before using the connector. For example, you could ask for an order number up front, saving time in back and forth between the customer and Fin, figuring out the specific order that you're talking about. To do that, click Add Data Input and choose the data type, text, number, decimal, or true or false, and give it a name and description so Fin understands what kind of data it's collecting and can communicate that to the customer. And here's the URL endpoint, request type, and authentication info. It's already filled in by the Shopify template. But if you're setting up a custom action for a system we don't have a template for, or indeed your own system, you'll need to provide this information. Find out who owns these within your team. It's most likely someone from engineering or IT. Now, test whether the API is returning data. I'll enter a test user ID in the format Shopify expects. And we can see that the connection works, even though there are no real customers here yet, so it's not really returning any real data. You can use this test data here for previewing. So this Shopify template gives us some out of the box. For a custom connector, you or your engineer will need to add this manually. And you can give Fin access to all of the data returned or choose specific attributes. Limiting access might be important for privacy and compliance. All right, so let's preview the current setup. I'll ask Fin about a recent order. And since we don't have any real data on the Shopify account that we're connecting to, it's using the example data from the template here. Okay, so I'll ask about an expected delivery. Here it comes. Looks good, but what if we want to hide something like the tracking number from Fin? I'll choose restricted data access and deselect the tracking number from the list. Now let's test that again. Here it comes. And this time, Fin doesn't include the tracking number. So this is useful for if you want to limit what data Fin can use, especially with sensitive information. And finally, there's object mapping. It's not necessary in our template here, but your engineer might use it to transform raw API data into structured objects that are easier to work with in code. There's more info on object mapping in our Help Center. So let's set this data connector live. And now that this data connector is set up, Fin can use it to answer customer questions about their specific orders. And you can also add it to a task so Fin can walk customers through more complex processes that involves retrieving or updating their data.